This is Mac OS Ken.
So many blessed G's. Warren Buffett sells some Apple and a bit of Apple TV Plus news. It's Tuesday, the 17th of November, 2020. I'm Ken Ray, and this is news from Mac OS Ken, brought to you by yours truly and sponsored by Right Side Up. Ready with the growth marketing help you need. Learn more at rightsideUp.com/macOSKen. This show is also sponsored by BetterHelp, online counseling that's there for you. Finding a counselor can be tough, especially in these socially distancing times. The process is better with BetterHelp. You answer some questions about yourself, what issues you want to work on, as well as a few questions about the kind of counselor you want to work with. BetterHelp takes that information, then looks through the thousands of licensed professionals with which it works to find the right person for you. And if they turn out to not be the right person for you, BetterHelp makes it easy and free to change counselors. So many people have been using BetterHelp that they're recruiting additional counselors in all 50 states. Voice, text, video, chat. This could be the help you're looking for in a manner most comfortable for you. If you need help, give BetterHelp a try. As a listener, you'll get 10% off your first month by visiting betterhelp.com/macOSKen. Join over 1 million people taking charge of their mental health. Again, that is BetterHelp, HELP, betterhelp.com/macOSKen. One more time, it's betterhelp.com/macOSKen. And a big thanks to BetterHelp for sponsoring today's show. Verizon and Apple, bestest buds since sometime last month. They're taking their show on the virtual road. iDownload Blog says the carrier and the Cupertino company are hosting an iPhone and 5G focused event for business customers. It is a match made in a boardroom, to be sure. Big Red's got 5G to sell, Apple's eventually going to have enough iPhones to sell, and businesses that don't rely on people walking in the door are kind of flush. To be clear, this is really a Verizon event, with Apple taking part. Pretty big part, though. The piece has Verizon saying the event will showcase how business customers can use the new iPhone 12 lineup and Verizon's 5G ultra-wideband to power innovative solutions for industries like manufacturing, field service, and healthcare. Business customers using new iPhone 12 models on Verizon's 5G network have the potential to unlock new experiences with apps that will take advantage of the unprecedented speed, massive capacity, and ultra-low lag time Verizon 5G can offer. Quick, before everybody starts using it! The event is scheduled for this Thursday, the 19th of November at 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern. Registration is required, and let me just say, I am really looking forward to all the Verizon emails I just agreed to receive. While Verizon's busy trying to sell 5G, Apple, Google, LG, and others, I don't want to say these words, they're starting to work on 6G. I'm just the messenger. CNET ran a piece late last week saying Apple and the others have joined an industry group called Next G Alliance. The piece says the alliance's goals include advancing North American global leadership over the 5G evolutionary path and 6G early development, and creating a Next G development roadmap that will promote a vibrant marketplace for 6G introduction, adoption, and commercialization with North American innovation in mind. Also in on the fun, AT&T, Verizon, US Cellular, T-Mobile, Charter, Bell, TELUS, Microsoft, Samsung, Facebook, Cisco, Ericsson, Intel, Nokia, and Qualcomm. And if you think the messaging around this isn't going to be confusing, two things to remember. A lot of people in the US spent a lot of the last year thinking they already had 5G, and Microsoft is in the group that's working on 6G messaging. The piece says every one of those companies ponied up $20,000 to be a founding member. They'll have their first meeting this month to establish a steering group. According to CNET, working groups are expected to begin in early 2021, though there is no timeline for when 6G might hit the market or what it might even look like or offer. Well, I guess I might as well go ahead and tell you that I am launching the G after next G Alliance. It actually covers 7G, unless we skip straight to X, which I like to call 10. No idea what it'll look like or what it'll do, but if you act now, you can be a founding member for only X $1,000. I'm sorry, $10,000. Call me. Well, here's a headline that made me feel like a bit of a schmo. Mac Rumors ran a piece Monday under the headline, HomePod Mini now available for in-store pickup. And yet I will be waiting all day for one to be delivered. Turns out, though, they're not quite as plentiful as the headline would indicate. Checking the Apple Store app on my iPhone, of the 4 closest Apple stores to me, only one lists in-store availability, and that won't be until Wednesday. Haha, who's the schmo now? Of course, that's because I want the space gray model. I could actually pick one up today if I was willing to drive 12 miles and get a white one. What can I say? I'm a schmo with taste. If you're cool waiting for delivery, ordering yesterday would have gotten the space gray HomePod Mini to me between the 16th of December and Christmas Eve. If you'd rather have, or be willing to settle for, a white one, they'll deliver between the 2nd of December and the 10th. A point of interest that likely means nothing. Apple Insider says last quarter, Warren Buffett's Berkshire Hathaway sold about 36 million shares of Apple. Sounds like a lot. And it is. Unless you compare it to the amount he still has. Selling 36 million shares reduced his position in Apple by 3.7%, according to regulatory filings. In other words, plenty more where that came from. As of the end of the third quarter of 2020, the piece says, Berkshire Hathaway still held roughly $111.7 billion worth of Apple shares based on the market price that day. As for what he did with the money made from the Apple shares he sold, as well as some banking shares he sold, he bought drugs. Which is to say he picked up 21.3 million shares of the pharmaceutical company AbbVie, 22.4 million shares of Merck, and 3.7 million shares of Pfizer. Oh, and a tiny bit of T-Mobile, where tiny bit equals 2.4 million shares. More news in a moment, but first a word from Right Side Up, ready with the growth marketing help you need. You've spent a long time growing your business. Ready to turn over marketing to somebody else? Yeah, seems unlikely. Wouldn't it be better to partner with somebody to find the customers you're looking for? Or really help those customers find you? That's what Right Side Up does. They work directly with companies like yours to find the right marketers to work with your team. They specialize in channels like paid search, paid social, and more. And they put their skills to work creating industry-leading practices for Amazon, affiliate marketing, and podcast advertising. Whether you need one person or 5 hours a week or 50, Right Side Up is the marketing partner you need. And right now, Right Side Up is offering macOS Ken listeners a free week of service after your first quarter of engagement when you go to rightsideup.com/macOSKen. That's rightsideup.com/macOSKen to speak to one of their marketing strategists and finally get the customer acquisition and marketing help you need. Go to rightsideup.com/macOSKen patreon.com/macosken. And a big thanks to Right Side Up for sponsoring today's show. Does one say happy birthday when celebrating a place, or happy anniversary? Whichever one says, Apple's saying it today in Ireland. The company has run a feature in its newsroom marking the 40th anniversary of its campus in Cork. Add another star to the Apple TV Plus series The Shrink Next Door. Variety says Casey Wilson has joined the cast, which already includes Paul Rudd, Will Ferrell, and Catherine Hahn. Wilson and Hahn have worked together before, having just come off the HBO limited series Mrs. Fletcher, led by Hahn. Other titles on which Wilson has worked include the shows Happy Endings, Black Monday, and Saturday Night Live. She's also seen the silver screen in such films as Gone Girl, The Disaster Artist, and Always Be My Maybe. One of the Cupertino streamer's biggest shows is getting a new face. Deadline says Hasan Minhaj is in for the second season of The Morning Show. Best known for his Peabody-winning Netflix series Patriot Act with Hasan Minhaj, and as a correspondent for The Daily Show, Deadline says this will be his biggest acting role to date. It'll also be his first turn in a drama, according to the report. Apple has released a trailer for Earth at Night in Color. If you don't remember what that is, it is the docu-series that's supposed to show Earth at night in color. It's more impressive than it sounds. According to a piece from Mac Rumors, Earth at Night in Color uses next-generation cameras and technology to film animals at nighttime, revealing new insights and never-before-seen behaviors. Once again, Marvel makes the Apple TV docuseries Seen. Tiny World was narrated by Paul Rudd. Ant-Man from the MCU. Earth at Night in Color will be narrated by Tom Hiddleston, the MCU's Loki. The series will premiere on Friday, the 4th of December. Until then, you can catch the trailer on YouTube. Hitting the Cupertino streamer on the same day, the kids series Stillwater, and it also has a trailer out. Based on the book Zen Shorts, iDownload has Apple saying that the series is about a panda named Stillwater who lives next door to 3 siblings and will provide children a deeper understanding of their feelings, as well as mindfulness tools that help them face their own day-to-day challenges. The series premieres on the 4th of December, as I say. Until then, you can also catch the trailer for that one on YouTube. Not a docu-series, and definitely not for the kids. Apple dropped one more trailer over the past few days. Cult of Mac says the Cupertino streamer has dropped a trailer for Season 2 of Servant. That's the M. Night Shyamalan series about a couple who lose a baby and the woman that comes to take care of the baby. It's M. Night Shyamalan. Season 2 of Servant is set to premiere on the 15th of January. Want to guess where you can catch the trailer? If you said YouTube, pin a rose on you. Also, that is correct. If you were paying for Apple TV Plus, you should be seeing credits to your Apple ID for the next couple of months. Mac Rumor says Apple has started issuing monthly credits to subscribers who were or are paying either annually or monthly. According to the piece, people who've paid have begun receiving emails from Apple letting them know that they'll be credited $4.99 for each month subscribed through January 2021. Well, $4.99 in the States, and whatever the going rate happens to be on other parts of the planet. According to the report, the credit will be applied to a subscriber's Apple ID and can be used for games, movies, and other Apple services. Apple says the credits are being provided as means of thanking users for subscribing to the service. And finally today, you can now embed Apple Podcasts on the web, according to a piece from TechCrunch. I bring it up for a couple of reasons. First, it's a thing that Apple is doing, and second, it is a thing that I am doing now. The listen page on macosken.com has been renamed Shows, It now features the 4 shows I'm currently producing: macOS Ken, macOS Ken Live, In a Few Minutes, and the Checklist by Secure Mac, each served by the Apple Podcasts embeddable player. But enough about me. What's cool is anyone, creators, listeners, or marketers, can use the tools Apple's offering to share podcasts. That'll work either for specific episodes or whole series of shows. Personally, I find it convenient, but seriously, this is not about me, nor any podcaster you know. It's about Spotify. The way TechCrunch sees it, the new feature arrives at a time when rivals led by Spotify are increasing their investments in podcasts. Spotify continues to acquire podcast studios and ad technology, while also rolling out more tools and features for podcast creators and listeners alike. The Apple tools are available now. If you want to see them in action, hit the shows page on macosken.com. Coming up in a few minutes, the After Show's Mike Rose has not downloaded Big Sur, but I have. We talk about that. Then we talk about how big a deal Big Sur's crashtacular first day was. Look for the show in a few minutes, wherever you get podcasts. Doing the macOS Ken Live thing today, Monday through Friday, 3:30 Pacific, 6:30 Eastern. Not sure what we're talking about today. It depends on what the news brings. Join me and find out, won't you? 3:30 Pacific, 6:30 Eastern, youtube.com/KenRay. You can catch it live there then, or catch the replay later, or you can subscribe to the audio podcast, macOS Ken Live, wherever you get podcasts. macOS Ken, brought to you by me and sponsored by BetterHelp. Get 10% off your first month at betterhelp.com/macOSken. This show is also sponsored by Right Side Up, ready with the growth marketing help you need. Learn more at rightssideup.com/macOSken. Advertising handled by Backbeat Media, online at backbeatmedia.com. You can reach me a couple of ways: info@macosken.com or call 716-780-4080. Until next time, that is news from macOS Ken. I'm Ken Ray.
Ciao.